All right, we're back on Central Valley Talk, having a good time today, covering a whole wide variety of topics. And right now we want to talk with National Life Coach. Did I get that right?
Russell Fletcher with National Life Coaching.
With National Life Coaching. Well, Russell, I was going to get to your name. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
All right, second time with us.
Yes, it is.
Good to have you back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I wanted to come in and talk to you about what life coaches do and how we work.
It's not about health coaching, right?
No, it's not about health coaching.
It's your life.
It's about general life. And one of the things that we do is that we work with balancing clients' lives. And a balanced life includes working on well-being, career, relationships, financial health, and spiritual, and getting all those together. And I have a graphic of that if we can get that up there.
Well, there's your logo, first of all. National Life Coaching.
And our phone number and our website.
Okay. Now, even was the 310, but will that go right to you?
Yes,
okay.
They'll go right to my office. And as we can see there, that is the circle of life or individual perspective, depending on which life coach you work with. And what we try to do is we try to figure out where you're in balance and where you're not, and we want to get that circle to about as close to perfect as possible.
Well, nobody's probably close to perfect, are they?
No, that's why they hired me.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of factors in that circle.
There is a whole bunch of factors, and what we do with those factors is that we create action plans. We figure out where a client is having trouble, and we create action plans for that. And then once we create an action plan, then we create goals. And once we have your goals and your action plan, then we send you off into the world and figure out pretty much, let you work on it week by week. And that's where the email falls into. And then we, talk on the phone either once a week or once every other week, depending on what type of plan that you have. And then we come to celebrating successes, which, I love celebrating successes. Nobody celebrates successes more than I do. I mean, that's just the big thing with life coaches. But we also realize that there's going to be shortcomings and failures. But we don't pounce on those. We dissect them. What went wrong? What can we do to avoid that in the future? And then from there, we repeat the cycle again, where we create action plans and create goals, and we just keep doing that until we get you back to where your life is balanced.
I've had times in my life when things weren't going right, when you're a little depressed about something or another, or after one of my dogs died or whatever. But it never occurred to me that I never said to myself, I need a life coach to help me out of this. How do folks find you? How do they realize that you're there to help them?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that. A lot of people don't even realize that life coaches exist in this area. They're a service that has been mostly kept to the metropolitan areas, where you find a lot of successful people, and they're successful because they have coaches. A lot of people that run huge Fortune 50 companies like Google, Microsoft, Xerox, they all have business coaches and life coaches that work for them. And they're successful because they have somebody back there pushing them. And one of the reasons why I decided to get into it in this area is simply because I realize that there's a lot of potential here. It's just that people need somebody to push them. And so, therefore, here I am.
Yeah. I can hear people at home saying, well, the Google guys and the Microsoft guys, they can afford a life coach. How affordable are you?
Well, life coaches are as affordable as any other profession, whether it be a massage therapist or a doctor. Anybody that helps you with your life, whether it be medical, mental, whatever, is going to cost money. We go as low as $100
per session.
Per session. For people who have financial constraints, I do have a sliding scale. That's how much I want to help people. I do have a sliding scale, so that everybody who has the ambition and the drive to improve their life can get the help that they need to push their life forward.
Yeah, I'm guessing this isn't covered by insurance.
No, this is not covered by insurance.
You think it should be?
It should be, but as some people may not be aware of, at one time chiropractic services were not covered by insurance, mental health services were not covered by insurance, It just really comes down to a point where, when new services are offered and people are not quite aware of what they are or what they can offer, eventually insurance will cover it. And that's what we're looking at, is that eventually insurance will cover it.
Yeah. I'm curious, that circle we were looking at with all the different segments.
Yeah, can we bring that back up?
Well, all right,
Okay.
if we can. Where are you on that circle? Are you pretty close to being in good shape?
I'm pretty close to being in good shape. I am good at what I am almost at a 10 in my well-being. Last few years I've actually had a few hospital stays because of my health. I have a wonderful relationship.
Anastasia,
who's my assistant. I'm not doing so good on my health. I mean, as our people at home could probably tell, I could probably lose a few pounds.
you need a life coach.
Yeah, I actually coach myself, believe it or not, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm doing pretty good career-wise, but I would like to do a lot better. That's one of the reasons why I'm up here talking with you today. And I'm in a very good place in my spiritual health right now.
Well, you know what? I think that was a pretty darn good assessment of yourself. You didn't say, yeah, everything's perfect. You said, yeah, there's some things I can work on.
Oh, nothing's ever perfect,
Yeah.
but it's not about getting that wheel to a perfect 10 in every spot. It's about getting that wheel to as close to a 10
Right.
in every spot.
Or is it recognizing that there's a problem and you're trying to work toward a solution?
And that's the secondary part, is realizing that there is a problem and facing that problem and willing to work on that problem. And that's what life coaches do.
Okay. Wow. How do folks reach you?
Well, they can reach me in several ways. They can call us at 310-746-3324 or go to nationallifecoaching.com. They can also reach us on Facebook at facebook.com/nationallifecoaching. And they can also read our blog at nationallifecoaching.blogspot.com.
You are a busy guy.
I am a very busy guy.
Russell, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Russell Fletcher, National Life Coaching. And anything else you want to mention before we go?
If you have the ambition, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to help you.
There you go. And we'll be back with more on Central Valley Talk.